guys not aware of the mayhem that happened in Edo State? They killed officers like you, and you are here lamenting about a tweet from Sowore, and that's the sort of rhetoric that we are seeing online at this point.
I have been a very big advocate of the DSS and what they've been doing in stemming the tides of insecurity. But if I'm going to give honest counsel, this was not the right way to go about it. And this is sad. You see, what they have now done is, a lot of people might not even seen Sowore's tweets. He said he tweeted it on the 27th.
Yes.
26th of August.
Was it? I think it was 25th. I saw.
What are we today?
Yes.
What are we today? 8th. I only knew about the tweets because they started talking about it and the letter they wrote over the weekend.
That's when you saw Sowore's tweet.
I didn't even know that he tweeted anything of that nature. This is not the way to go about it. Because, you see, we live in a country where, when we want to look at things on the pedestal of fairness, yes, what I would just say is it wasn't right to have called the president a criminal. You don't have any court judgment to be able to back that up. But secondly, the other part of the tweets, what the president also went to say in Brazil, that corruption is gone. Corruption is not gone from Nigeria. We also know that corruption is not gone. On my point on the DSS, what is happening is the fact that when you start to say, okay, let's cherry pick, people will now ask you, what about what is happening in Edo where NSCDC officials were killed? Why do we talk about? What about the people inciting violence online? Because the DSS statement talked about inciting violence, and the next thing, you are not doing anything. We are in this country when Bayo Ononuga came out openly to say that this should be the last time the Igbo should put mouth in Lagos politics.
Right.
And he also doubled down on the statement. Why didn't we have a level of control and contrition? So that's why I said going through this route is a route that will not benefit anybody.
All right.
That's just my point.
My thoughts align with that of Rufai Oseni on this one. That the DSS, by bringing up this matter, had only amplified. In fact, they are the ones who made the issue to go viral. They are the ones who exposed the thing more than, its limits. I didn't know. I mean, I'm an online person, online virtually almost all the time. I didn't know about this tweet. I'm always checking the news, trying to know what the updates are and all of that. I didn't know. Rufai Oseni didn't know. Even then, them in the media didn't know. Not everybody knew about the tweet until the DSS came up with this whole issue. So I believe that the DSS has only amplified, this Sowore's insulting the president. Even though I don't support, especially the Yorubas, naturally respect elders. Yes, I know every other tribe has a way of doing it in their own way, but then the Yorubas have a way of respecting their elders. And so we will not support, insulting elders, Apart from that, I think other matters will always have a way of being dealt with, which I believe you will listen to Dr. Abatti on this same matter. He will hear his opinion, and of course, you are free to drop your comment, make them simple and civil. Let us know what your opinions are. I think there are more issues to deal with than running after Sowore, sincerely speaking. There are more serious matters. I understand that a number of these people, the DSS lost some of their colleagues in Edo or somewhere on that side. A number of them. I think there are several other matters. Look at the over 100 people that have died in Borno,
That's your point.
and the last 2-3
highlighting
days.
what Rufai has said,
Yes.
which is quite
There are
the
more
fact that there are so
genuine
many
issues.
other ex-users that have made these sort of
there's
derogatory
no doubt
remarks
that
or
protecting the
even statements.
image of
It's quite apt
our
because the
president is
DSS
not
should
genuine.
go
But
after
then,
everybody
on this
and
one,
not cherry pick, which
please
I
drop your
like
comment.
as well.
Of government, the concern of the Department of State Security is that we have a law in place, the Criminal Code, the very controversial Cyber Security Act, Sections 18, 22, and 24. Section 24 being the most controversial, particularly as it has been applied by the police. And the DSS is saying, under the laws of our country, we do not allow hate speech or cyberbullying, which will amount to domestic terrorism. And that they, in their own consideration, think that Sowore calling the president of Nigeria a criminal when he has not been so declared by a court of law, is beyond the pale. And that was why they wrote to X, managers of X, to say, delete that particular tweet and, in fact, suspend his account. Now, the X-managers, following due process, contacted him and gave him the information. But how was this resolved at the end of the day? The tweet was on August 27, and Sowore says he's not going to delete any tweet. And I think that X has also not suspended his account. X probably say, look, he has the right to free speech and all of that. However, he went a step further to say he's defiant, that he's been persecuted by the Nigerian government. And his supporters will say that, in fact, there's probably a case of persecution here from the protest at the toll gate, NSAS, from NSAS protest to arraignment in court to, invitations by the police. And now he says the DSS has also now joined. But that the struggle for him continues. Whether they imprison him, or they take him to court, or they delete his Facebook account, or they delete his X account, that he is committed to the struggle. So, people like Sowore, they are of a different type. He's also an opposition politician. And he says, this is where I stand in this matter. So where do you draw the line, theoretically now, between the right to free speech and, the laws of the land that talk about his speech, and where is the responsibility of government in enforcing these laws? It's a very tight rope. There's no way you will swing and you will not end up, being accused of taking sides in the matter. However, what is important is that while the government has a responsibility to respect the boundaries in terms of the rights of the individual, individuals also, while expressing their rights under Section 39 of the Constitution, must also realize that, look, where your right stops is where other people's rights begin. And that is why government, individuals, they have the recourse, if they have been defamed, to under the same laws that the state is quoting, to defamation. The president of Nigeria can sue. If you call him a criminal, you can be asked to come and prove it in a court of law. If you defame another person using social media, you can be sued to come and prove it. So it's a very delicate balance in respecting the rights of individuals and also upholding the law.
All right.